to the Gargi Arya show, a place to help you own your power, own your beauty, and especially give yourself the gift of loving a life that you can be proud of. And you know what? Today we have a beautiful, special, and a very inspiring guest with us. Her name is Miss Ayushi Mathur. She's a confidence and motivation coach. She is what she calls herself a jack of all trades. You know why? Because she runs a marketing agency which allows her to wear so many caps and hats at the same time. She is also a beautiful content creator. You can find her content across YouTube, Instagram, and other social media. She has a podcast named Note to Self, which you can find on every social media and on every popular podcast platform. She is also a global entrepreneur, personal branding expert, influencer, podcaster, and whatnot. And you know what? The beauty about her work is she's on this beautiful mission to help you remember that you have the greatest potential to achieve all your dreams, and she's on a mission to partner with you on the journey of self love that leads towards the life that you have been imagining for yourself since a long time. So let's hear from her. Let's show this inspiring interview to the world to spread the message of her across and actually carry the legacy ourselves. Well, thank you so much, ma'am, for coming on this show because it's such an honor and pleasure to have you on the Gargi Arya show. It's an honor to have you here. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be a part of this. And you don't have to call me ma'am, you can call me Ayushi.
Okay.
And I'm so happy. I love that we're doing this. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you for everything that you're doing.
Amazing, great. So, my first question to you is what led you on this path of basically helping people on this mission that you have? So, what was that triggering point which inspired you to lead this journey?
I always tell people that I was very confident since I was a kid. I was very confident. I was very happy. I was always like risk taking and doing different things. But when I was in my early 20s, I went through a series of experiences that made me lose all my confidence. It made me lose all my self worth and self esteem, all of that. And then it was rock bottom for me. It was a very, very bad place to be in. I used to have anxiety attacks very regularly. And then I went through therapy. I also worked on myself for a few years. I worked on myself, self work, self love, inner work, all of that, all the tools I could find online by myself. And then when I started building it back up, the confidence, the self worth, it felt even more amazing than I used to feel before I lost it. And when I got here, when I got to this place of feeling this great, I was like, you know what? Other people need to feel this too. I want to help other people feel this great about themselves as well. That's when I decided to get on this journey.
Amazing story. Thank you for sharing it. So, it was like once you connected back yourself to the inner power that you had, it all changed. Like the magic started happening for you. And then you had this
Absolutely.
moment in your life that now that I have got this harmony inside, let me create a family outside. Right? So amazing.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being on this beautiful mission and helping people. People like you are the ones who actually, work for the betterment, and they basically come together and inspire so many people to live their lives and own their stories. So, my next question to you is since we are talking more about confidence, so what, according to you, is the definition that you have for confidence? And especially if we talk about women, what definition do you have for women when it comes to wearing confidence?
So, confidence is very simple. It's having faith or belief in something, right? And that is self confidence when you believe in yourself. Basically, whatever opportunity is coming to you, whatever is happening in your life, are you believing in yourself to be able to go through it and go through it well? That's confidence, right? Will I be able to do it? Yes, I can. I'm confident, right? That feeling of yes, I can. And yes, we're talking about women. It is very gender neutral though. Everyone, all of us can feel confident and should be able to feel confident in everything we do. But for women, I understand it comes with a lot of struggle because, since childhood, we are told we're not good enough if we're not, fair enough or pretty enough or thin enough, or, it just gets into this cycle that we have to be perfect in order to be good enough. So it comes from within for women. We have to believe that we are enough, and that's when we're going to start building confidence.
Amazing. So it's like that you need to ask yourself on a daily basis that am I, confident enough to push through all of these challenges? And the word that you said, yes, I can, is something which I believe in myself the most. That whenever I am going through any challenge, I just say I can, I will, and it all makes a difference. So thank you for sharing that. My next question to you is, there are too many societal pressures which a woman has to go through,
Hmm.
family pressure, internal pressure, not being able to live up to the expectations of others, not being able to live up to a life that they have dreamt of. So in these conditions, it impacts a woman's life to the extent. So what advice would you like to have for such women who are going through so many things at the same time, and because of it they make sacrifices and they are not able to live a life that they themselves have dreamt? So it's somewhere there inside them, but because of the responsibilities and internal and the pressures outside, they are not able to follow that.
Two simple things. One is set boundaries, right? Which means say no at times. You don't always have to be everything for everyone. So say no, learn to say no and set boundaries with your relatives, with your partners, with your kids, with your parents, with everybody. It's not like if they're your kids or if they're your parents, you have to say yes to everything they ask you to do or be. Second, choose yourself, right? You have to start identifying what is it that makes me truly happy, what is it that makes me truly fulfilled, and start choosing that more often.
So two steps. First is setting boundaries, and the second is choosing yourself. But one question which I wanted to ask you here is, a lot of people face challenges to say no to other people and say yes to
Hmm.
themselves. So it's like everybody is trying to be a people pleaser, and especially women, they are the ones who are ready to give everything, and at the end of the day, they are the ones who are feeling hollow. So it's not easy. So, what, according to you, is the step for them to help them choose themselves?
Start small, I would say. If you've lived a life, especially like older women who've lived their entire lives doing things for others, being everything for everyone else, start small. First, I always tell people, especially my clients, to start making a list of activities that make them feel absolutely great. And then ask themselves, how often am I doing these little activities for myself? And then they realize they're never doing it for themselves. They're always waiting for their husband or their son or somebody to do it for them, right? How often, like for example, a simple thing like I love receiving flowers. How often am I getting myself flowers? Why am I always waiting around for someone else to get it for me? It starts there. Starts with very, very small little things that I can do for myself, which make me feel fulfilled and joyful, right? That is one. And then same thing goes for saying no also. Start small. And when you say no, you don't have to say, no, I can't do it. You don't have to say it that way. You can just say, hey, do you think I can do this later? Because I'm very caught up, or I'm feeling very overwhelmed. I don't want to do this right now. Can you allow me some time? Just shifting the way we say no can be a great start.
Superb. So it's like the small steps take us to the big ones. So thank you for sharing that. My next question to you is, when you started, you also had to face a lot of challenges on your journey as a coach, as an individual, trying to overcome all the hurdles. So what were your biggest challenges and how did you overcome them?
one of my biggest challenges, even now, because if like you read my bio, I call myself a Jane of all trades, a jack of all trades, because I do a lot of different things. So even till today, after having run a business for 6.5 years, my parents still don't agree with my methods, right? They're always like, oh, why do you keep jumping from business to business and all of that? And so, in order to convince them that, hey, this is good for me, I'm making the right decision, is one of the biggest challenges. But you know what? Recently, I've learned that not everyone needs to understand me, and I'm okay with that. If they're not able to understand, it's okay, it's on them. I will still do what I want to do, not hurting anybody, of course, but I will do what is good for me, my business, and my financial stability.
I love that point that whenever you're trying to explain and make people understand, but if they don't understand, even after you are trying to explain so much, let them be there and not understand. Just choose what you feel is right for you. So that is something I could connect with because as a 16-year-old doing all of this stuff, apart from being a 12th grader, I also face a lot of these things. But then I only have this. I'll choose my right path and let them choose their right beliefs because they are not me, so they can't see the vision I carry for my life and other people.
Wow. You
Awesome.
summed it up perfectly. You're so wise. I'm so inspired by you. You have no idea.
Thank you so much. So my next question to you is, how can women actually overcome the fear of failure and perfectionism while they are pursuing their professional and personal lives?
Hmm. Let's address perfectionism first because that's where fear of failure comes from. We keep chasing perfection and then we do two things. Either we keep, trying hard and hard and hard to get to perfectionism and we get nowhere, or we don't even start. The fear of failure becomes so big that we don't even take the leap of faith, we don't even take the opportunity, right? So the first thing that needs to be addressed in order to address fear of failure is perfectionism, that nobody or nothing is ever perfect for everybody. Subjectively, what I'm doing for one of my clients, they might think, oh wow, this is perfect, this is what I needed. But another client might think, oh, this could be better, right? So it is so subjective that why are we chasing perfectionism? That is the problem. When nothing is going to be perfect ever, because that's the rule of the world, then why chase it? It's better to have progress over perfection. So if women can just start seeing how incrementally they're making progress, even if it's a 0.5% at a time, that's great. That's a great start. I just have to be better than I was yesterday. That's it.
Amazing point, that progress over perfectionism, because a lot of people run after perfectionism. All you have to run after is excellence. So thank you
Yeah.
for sharing it. My next question to you is, who do you look up to on a daily basis, and who is your inspiration for doing all of this work?
Oh, wow. It keeps changing. I mean, I look up to a lot of people. Everyone I meet a lot of people because of my work and I travel so much. So I get to meet a lot of people. Like I met you today and I'm looking up to you today, you know.
Yes.
That's the beauty of it, that every single day we can look up to someone else and learn from them. So today I think I'm going to have a great day because we did this first thing in the morning and I'm going to carry your energy with me all day.
Awesome, and that's the same thing I am going to do. I am having the energy of you, so that would be there in me. So thank you for sharing it. My next question to you is, what is the one biggest lesson you have learned in your life up until now?
Biggest lesson I've learned is always have faith in myself and listen to my gut. I know what I want and I'll get it if I just listen to myself.
Superb. My next thing is, like, what role do you think self care plays in women's lives? And what role, like, if suppose today's world is all about, stress is there, mental health issues are there. So how can someone actually create a bond with themselves? Because I believe if you can, what all you are finding outside in the world, it's already there inside you. So what all practices can someone follow, and what role does this self care and self love plays? Because a lot of people
Hmm.
feel self love is a luxury, but it's actually not.
It's not. You're absolutely right. It's not. You know, because the world outside has become so stressful and so competitive and all of that, we need to go inward and make ourselves stronger, right? Whether it's emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. So when we talk about self care or self love, it comes down to one simple fundamental, which is, am I honoring myself? At the end of the day, if you think about it, since the day we are born till the day we die, there's only one individual with us throughout. That is us. That is ourselves, right? So if I'm with me, my body is with me, why shouldn't I take care of it? It should be like a basic thing. But we make it out to be such a big thing that, oh, I'm doing self care, it's such a big thing. No, it should be the most basic, right? So whether it's working out and eating clean because I honor my body and it needs to feel fit, or it's taking care of my skin, giving it the nutrients it needs, taking care of it, eating well, which is whether you're supplementing or you're eating through, mix like all colors or all color vegetables and all of that, and also doing meditations, learning, reading, guided meditations, talking to people, spiritually growing. All of this, a balance of all of this is important. But I want people to not take it as a task, right? They're going to think, oh, itna kuch karna hai. I have to do so much, right? We shouldn't look at it that way. We should look at it, oh, I love to do these things because I'm growing with this. I'm becoming a better person with this.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing it. By the way, I just wanted to tell you that your energy is so soothing today. Like, I'm asking you such questions, and it's like God is speaking through you. So, you have a great soothing energy. Thank you for being here on the show.
Thank you so much.
Amazing. So, like, my next question to you is, a lot of women, whenever they start, a lot of people, their families don't support them, their families misunderstand, their family support is not there with the person. So at these environments, how can a woman actually come up at herself and start using all of it she has now, and how can she actually make people believe in her, or make herself believe in her own potential? Because at these point of times when no one believes,
Hmm.
you need to believe in yourself. So how can someone
Hmm.
force you?
It takes two steps. One is, even if no one believes, we have to keep taking action. We can't wait for people to understand and people to believe in order to start. Just start small, but start, right? And when you start, what will happen is you will win in some places. You might not win all the time, but you will win in some places, and that's when people will start seeing, okay, she can do it, maybe she can, right? Start small, and but start somewhere. Second is the same thing that I mentioned earlier. Not everybody has to understand. Sometimes you just have to tell people, I'm going to do what I'm going to do because it makes sense to me. Thank you for your support till now, but this I will do anyway.
You have simplified it very in a very great way, that not everybody understands us, and you need to start taking the small steps on a daily basis, which will lead you to your greater life ahead. Great.
Hmm.
My next question to you is, since you are also dealing with the relationships as a confidence coach, so I just wanted to ask, people in today's world, they have made relationships such a complex word, that relationship is all about all of that they talk about. But I just wanted to ask, is it really too complex that people are facing too many problems? And so what's your definition, and what new perspective you want people to look at when they see the term relationships?
It's simple. We are humans, we are social animals. All of us have the same need, which is to be seen, heard, and loved for exactly who we are. All of us want love. All of us people All of us want people to look at us for who we are, right? When all of us want the same thing, why do we pretend that it's too cool to, be in a relationship, or why do we pretend? My biggest problem with what we're doing these days in the modern times, modern love, is that we are pretending that if I give you too much of love, oh, it's not cool, right? But why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we be more expressive? If it makes us happy, if it makes the other people happy, all of us should be able to express what we want. And for young people like you, if we have a crush on somebody, if we like somebody, I find it so bad that people don't honor it. Like, people make fun of it, right? I should be able to walk up to whoever I like and be like, hey, you know what? I like you. I like who you are as a person. That's simple, right? We don't have to do anything about it. But if I feel a certain way, I should be able to say it. And that goes for all kinds of relationships, friendships also. If we want someone in our life, we should be able to say it. And we are complicating our lives unnecessarily by not doing what we want. Because when you don't see it and you keep feeling it, you're feeling restless all the time, aren't you?
Agree with you. Thank you for sharing this point. Since you mentioned that to be loved, to be seen, and to be heard are the common needs of every person, I just wanted to ask that in Gita also it's mentioned that every human needs these two things, that everyone should love, and the second is to be loved by someone. People are able to love, but the second need which is there to be loved by someone is something most of us we actually face challenges. And the problem is we expect love from those who doesn't even have it. So what according to you are some of the things that people can keep in mind when they are not getting love according to the expectations from other people? So how can they deal with the disappointments?
This is a very long topic in itself. But to sum it up, one is, a lot of times we are not able to receive love or accept love, even if it's coming our way, is because we don't love ourselves. We don't find ourselves worthy of the love. So even if someone's telling you every day, oh, I love you, you're so great, you're amazing, you're not going to believe it. And you're going to feel a lack of love in your life because you don't believe you deserve that love. So the first step is to work on self worth. I am worthy of the love I receive, right? And then, second is, find out if you're giving love from an empty space. Like, are you just giving love to receive love, or are you giving love because you're full of love? Which is it?
That was profound. Like, that was the first time I ever heard it from, out of all the interviews I've taken, this was the one answer that it really was a bulb on for me and for all the people who are going to listen. That are you actually loving people because you feel worthy and you feel you are full of love, or you are just loving them because you receive love from them? So that was such profound answer to this question. My next question to you is, any best experience you had in your life and you would like to share it?
I say yes to a lot of things. I'm a yes person. So opportunities come my way and I'm like, yes, let's do it. So I like to see my life as the best life. Like, every day that I'm having is amazing. Like, I've had a fantastic year 2023. A lot of things have happened. So I don't have just one experience. I have so many. Yeah.
Amazing, great. So, one more question I would like to ask here is, how do you? I feel that life is all about co-creating with the supreme creator. It's like
Hmm.
opportunity is there, we take a step as a human being, then opportunity comes, then we take a step. So it's all about we are creating our lives with God. So, I just wanted to ask, since you carry so much energy, is it always on the same, or like how do you actually keep yourself in such a good mindset and a good frame to like be in the self worth, accept who you are, and also at the same time balance everything?
It's a balance of both these things that you said, right? One, I have faith in myself that whatever I'm going to do, I'm going to do fine because I have the tools. Even if I don't have the tools, I can learn them and use them. Simple, right? So I have faith in my abilities. And at the same time, 50% faith I have in the universe that, whatever comes will be for my good only. When I already know that whatever is happening with me is for my good, then I'm gonna change the perspective of everything happening with me, right? Even when negative things happen, I'm not gonna be too sad about it for too long because I'm gonna look at it as, hey, this was supposed to be for me. So it's a 50-50 of both faith in oneself and faith in the universe. When we bring that together, magic happens and you can lead a magical life.
Super. Thank you for sharing it. My next question that I wanted to ask you is, like a lot of people, they are not able to clearly communicate with other people about the problems they have. And I think that is why most of the relationships they have silence, misunderstanding,
Hmm.
because people are not ready to bring what is the problem that they are having with the other people. They are not sharing. So, what
Hmm.
according to you can be the one step or the three steps to lead a magical relationship?
You answered it yourself. Communication is the one key thing in any relationship, whether it's a biological relationship like with your parents, or a romantic relationship with your partner, or a friendship. If you can communicate respectfully and kindly and lovingly, nothing better, nothing better. But in order to do that, you have to show up kindly also. Even if someone's hurt you, the way you show up in that communication is, hey, do you have time to speak right now? I have to communicate something with you which has been hurting me. This is respectful. This is a respectful way of saying it, right? Instead of saying, hey, how dare you hurt me? How could you do this, right? That it changes how the other person looks at the situation also. So if we can show up kindly with kindness, each and every communication, it will show the other person also to show up with kindness in every communication as well.
Agree with you. Thank you for sharing that what you want other people to do first, you should also do it yourself.
Yeah.
Super. My next question to you is, any tips, any one thing you would like to suggest people to help them love themselves? Because a lot of people are not doing that.
True, true. Very few people are doing that. One, I do this in my workshops. I ask all the clients, all the people attending my workshops to write a love letter to themselves. And I've seen people start crying, start sobbing, writing a love letter to them because they realize they do somewhere internally honor themselves and love themselves so much, but they have never acknowledged it. They've never said it out loud. So start there. Start by writing a love letter to yourself, which is sort of a gratitude letter for everything you have accomplished till now, big or small, for everything who you have become, who you are, everything you've overcome. We've all gone through challenges. No matter our age, we've gone through challenges in our lives and we've overcome them. No, there was a time when we felt, oh my God, I can't get out of this. I think this will be the end of me. But we got out of it. We're happy today. Honoring all of that, write a letter to yourself. That is the start.
Amazing. Writing a letter to myself is something I do on a daily basis too, so I can
Wow.
understand this power of loving yourself. So thank you for sharing it. My next question to you is, if this was your last day on earth, and if God would have come and asked you what is the one message that you want to share with everybody here, so what would be that one message?
That one message would be love. Love as much as you can, as hard as you can. Just live a life of love. Love everyone you want to love.
Awesome. This brings me to knowing your definition of love.
Oh, wow. I don't think I can define it. I don't think I can define it. It's just it's it's the energy we can operate out of. Like if I have to visually put it, it's like this pink cloud I'm always covered by. And that's how I show up with this cloud, around me, which is so warm and nice and fuzzy. Like it's the energy we function on.
Hmm. Superb. I have seen you, you also have a lot of programs where you actually train people. So if someone wants to connect with you and they want to join you in your course, in your program, or any workshop, so what are the platforms they can use?
They can DM me on Instagram. That's the easiest. I do reply to DMs. I love that. I do one-on-one coaching. I do have retreats, group retreats, 5-day trips. I do have group coaching. So a lot of whatever works for people, they can choose that, or they can just simply DM me also.
Okay, so it's like first, in order to connect with you and to join any of your live programs, they just have to DM you on Instagram, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so first of all, everyone who is watching, I know the feeling and energy that you are having right now because I am having the same. So, first of all, like now, her job is done. Your job is to go and follow her on Instagram. Those links are already there in the description below. Just follow all the links because the energy, this was just a teaser. I would not even call it a trailer. It's a teaser. Her Instagram is a full of trailer. Her website, I was seeing, everything about you, and then I framed the questions, and it was such a lovely interview. I think the one word that I can, receive from you is love. That you are full of love. You are full of, amazing powers inside you. And thank you for being on this show because having an inspiring guest like you was something which inspired me to start creating a more loving life. So thank you for sharing that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gargi. You're such a sweetheart. You're such a ball of energy. I love it. I love it. I'm going to have such a great day because of you. Thank you so much.
Awesome, thank you. Looking forward to welcome you once again someday on the same show.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Bye everyone.
Thank you.